Hey guys, today I am here to answer a question that I'm pretty sure no one has covered yet. I was wondering to myself, how much would it cost to complete your entire Skylanders collection in the present day? Now, I will be comparing this to the price that it costed back then, and that is the part going to be covering in this video. First off, a few rules. I'm only counting Skylanders on the poster, meaning no variants or chases and no elites. I will also be adding one trap of each element and one creation crystal of each element. Battle packs will not count, but adventure packs will. Also, in the top right hand corner of the video, you will see a price tag for how much everything is going to cost. And again, I'm doing everything without sales tax just because that gets too complicated. And here we go. For Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, you needed to collect a few different types of things. First off, the starter pack, which will cost you $65. This came with the game, the portal, and Spyro, Gilgrunt, and Trigger Happy. There were a total of 32 Skylanders to collect in this game, 3 of which coming in the starter pack and costing $65, as I mentioned. There were also a total of 25 other single packs Skylanders to collect. You could also technically have bought these characters in triple packs, but it's easier for the sake of this video to say that every Skylander you bought was in a single pack. So at the regular retail price of $7, this is because when the game first came out, old core Skylanders were priced at $7, and after the Christmas season, they were priced at $10. So for SSA Skylanders, they are $7 a piece, meaning for 25 core Skylanders, you would be spending $175. Finally, with 4 Skylanders only coming in adventure packs, that ended up costing you $25 per, so this meant $100 extra for 4 Skylanders. And this brings our total for SSA to $340. Now, in between telling you guys the price of each of these, I'm just going to be rambling about what I think for this entire collection. So for Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, $340 for 32 Skylanders, 4 adventure packs, and the game and everything. I mean, that's if you wanted to get absolutely everything. It's all right. I think that they could have lowered the price for adventure packs a bit, maybe made it $20 instead of 25, because in my opinion, paying $100 for 4 Skylanders and 4 extra levels, and you'd also technically get 8 of those power-ups, but honestly, that nobody really uses the power-ups a lot. I mean, especially in SSA, like none of the power-ups really were useful. So I think $340 it's all right. I think if it was more in like the $300 range, it would be better. But you really can't complain. The price for SSA was pretty good. Giants, there was a starter pack which came with Tree Rex, Jetvac, and Series 2 Cinder. This is for the Wii starter pack. These characters could be different depending on what console you bought, but for this video, I am going to be doing the Wii for 2 reasons. Number 1, that's where I played Skylanders on, and I got all of the Wii starter packs. And number 2, the Wii is where Skylanders sold best, so majority of the time, you would be having a Wii or Wii U starter pack that's being sold. These starter packs also costed $65. That's regardless of what console you bought it on. And there were 7 other Giants, which were all priced at $15 a piece. There were also 7 new cores, which costed $10 a piece. 8 new light core figures, which all costed $10 a piece. And 23 Series 2 figures, all costing $10. All in all, to complete your Giants collection, it would cost $550. Now, what do I think about this price? I think $550 is obviously a big increase from the old Skylanders game, but there were more figures, and as we'll see later on down the line, this is where figures started to introduce gimmicks, so pricing the Giants at $15 is understandable because you get more in the game with them. They're more powerful. They last longer. Like you could say 1 Giant is equal to 2 cores. So it makes sense that they're priced at $15, and I have no problem with that. Now, what I do have a problem with is pricing Series 2 figures at the same price as new core Skylanders. I think if you're reintroducing a Skylander, they should be cheaper. They should probably be at the $7, $6 price range, just because you could have already had Series 2 Spyro because you got the starter pack with Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, and if you wanted to complete your Giants collection, you're going to have to at least get Series 2 Trigger Happy, Series 2 Gilgrunt, and Series 2 Spyro, which you would have already have to have had if you had Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. So making sure that you have like multiple of each figure, like I have probably 4 or 5 Trigger Happies. I don't think that they should be priced the same as cores, but other than that, I think the pricing is all right and it's reasonable because they did introduce more characters. They introduced more than 32 in Skylanders Giants as opposed to Spyro's Adventure. So the price makes somewhat sense. In Swap Force, you got the starter pack coming with Washbuckler, Blast Zone, and Series 3 Stealth Elf. There were 14 new swappable Skylanders, all costing $15, 14 new cores, all costing $10, 15 new Series 2 and 3 Skylanders, which all costed $10, and 18 new light cores, all costing $10. There were also 2 new core Skylanders that came in an adventure pack, so that was an additional $25 per adventure pack. A completed Swap Force collection would cost you $695. Now, when it comes to what I think about the price of all of these, other than my previous gripe about repos to Skylanders before, I think that the pricing makes sense here. Obviously, we have an increase from Giants because we have twice as many gimmicked Skylanders because we have 16 swappable Skylanders as opposed to 8 in Giants. So I think the price 100% makes sense, but I think we could have gone with maybe a bit fewer characters, or at least maybe only 1 repos or 1 new core as opposed to 2 and 2, but everything seems fine to me. Skylanders Trap Team introduced probably the most things out of any game. You got a life and a water trap, and a Trap Master and a core in the starter pack, which again costed $65. There were 15 new Trap Masters, all costing $15, 13 new cores, which all costed $10, 5 new Series 2, 3, and 4 Skylanders, which all costed $10, and 16 mini Skylanders, which costed $16 for 2 of them. They also introduced the light and dark elements, so 2 extra cores were added, and there were 7 more traps, each costing $6, and finally 4 adventure packs, 2 of which coming with the dark and light Trap Masters and a dark or light trap. Each of these 4 adventure packs cost you $25, so your Trap Team collection would cost you $760. Now for my only gripe of this game. First of all, let me address the light and dark Skylanders. I think that it was awesome that they introduced them. I have no problem with how they marketed them. It was awesome. But my one gripe is with the minis. Costing $16 for 2 mini, less powerful Skylanders of ones that we already have, most likely. I mean, how many people already had a Trigger Happy? And then you would buy Trigger Snappy, and it would just be a less powerful Trigger Happy. So costing $16 for a 2-pack of them, I mean, it's a cool concept, but they should have been sliced in half. They should have costed $8 for 2 of them, and they would have made a lot more sense. Other than that, they should have scrapped the minis. There's no reason to cost them $16 for 2. SuperChargers didn't introduce as much as prior games, with the exception of SSA. The starter pack for SuperChargers is tricky, as it would be best for your buck if you bought the dark starter pack, going for the same price but coming with more figures. Even though the figures would be dark, I think that this makes more sense than to buy 3 different starter packs. So the dark starter pack comes with Spitfire, Donkey Kong, the Hot Streak, and the Barrel Blaster. You also had to buy the SuperChargers Racing starter pack because it was the only way to obtain Hammer Slam Bowser and the Clown Cruiser. You also got Supercharged Stealth Elf, which costed $65 for both of those starter packs. There were 16 other new Superchargers, each costing $10, and 17 vehicles, all costing $10. Okay, editing William here. I realized that a few of the Skylanders came in their own separate racing packs, but there was no price difference. It was $20 for Skylander and the vehicle, so I'm just going to keep it how it is. No prices were changed. Meaning a full Superchargers collection would only cost $460. Now, I think SuperChargers did everything exactly right. The only thing that they could have done was lowering the price of the vehicles, maybe to $7 as opposed to $10, because there was less incentive to collect all the vehicles as there was to collect all the figures. But absolutely, SuperChargers did the right thing here by lowering the figure count and just making a very simple game. The starter packs were a bit weird, but other than that, no problem with SuperChargers and what they did. Finally, Imaginators. In the starter pack, you got Kingpin and Golden Queen and a Fire Creation Crystal. This costed $65. There were also 9 other creation crystals, all priced at $10. There were 23 new senseis and returning villains, all costing $15. And there were 5 new adventure packs, totaling $125, which means the Imaginators collection totaled to $625, which today would be a bank robbery. For this game, I think I have no complaints. I was trying to think of something, but honestly, they got all the prices right for this. 100%. There were no problems with this. If you could honestly find the figures, I think it would have been so much better of a game because there were no problems that I could even find with the prices. Everything was priced perfectly. And honestly, your incentive to buy creation crystals was a lot higher than it was to buy traps. So raising the price then compared to traps, I mean, it made 100% sense. So great job, Imaginators. So now for the big reveal. To complete your entire Skylanders collection, it would end up costing you $3,430 for all 6 games for every Skylander that is on the posters and traps and creation crystals. Now, what I didn't tell you guys about was that this is only part 1 of the video. Part 2 will be released after New Year's in 2022 and will probably be my first video after the holiday season and my first video in 2022. I'm doing this for a number of reasons. Number 1, I need time to prepare for a ton of holiday videos that I have coming up. This is also already a decently long video, and piling a much longer topic would make this video huge. So in the best interest of editing me and your guys' time, I think that this is the best call. But what can you do to prepare for part 2? First of all, you can subscribe because it's free and you could always unsubscribe, but it also helps me and lets me know that people are enjoying my videos. You could also like this video, which gives me the signal that, again, you guys are enjoying my videos. And you could turn on the notification bell because that'll obviously tell you when the video comes out. Now, you guys know that I don't ask you to do this for every video, but this is one where I'm sure a ton of you watching have never seen my content before. So, hi, I'm William Edis. I do Skylanders content and other things, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for part 2 in 2022. Also, I figure I'd string a few Christmas lights up for the holiday season, so enjoy that on the outro.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look in the 5 and 10, glistening once again.